Next, I'd like to talk about the cards that are played within Dark Legacy. There are 7 types of cards, and each one has their own set of rules. But first, I'd like to talk about the look of the card so that you know what's going on within the card. At the top left, you will see an emblem. There are 7 different emblems. 6 of them represent the factions that are in Dark Legacy, and 1 represents a general card. There are colors that are associated with each faction. Brown, like this one, is a general card, so anyone can use it. Green is for earth, blue is for wind, red is for chaos, gray is for darkness, purple is for tech, and yellow is for holy order. So there are certain cards that will target specific factions, and the way that you know that is the emblem at the top and the colors that are represented within the card. You'll also notice the name, the illustrator, and at the top right, that is the casting requirements to play the card. This card costs 0, but other cards do have certain numbers on top that require you to pay that before you can actually play it. In the middle right, you'll realize what card it actually is. This card is a weapon card. There are creature cards, enhancement cards, instant cards, magic cards, armor cards, and relic cards. This circle represents the skill level that is required to play the card. Since this is a general card, anyone with a skill level of 1 can play this card. But the colors do change, and if it is green, red, yellow, or any of the other colors, you'll have to be that specific faction in order to play it. Then you'll also see hit points and defense points. Since this is a weapon card, it adds 6 to your attack, and it gives you no defense. Okay? This is a creature card. The look is the same. The only difference is that all creature cards will have an attack and a defense number, and there are special abilities that some cards have, like this one, which is flying. But this is blue, so this is a wind faction card, and you have to be the specific skill level within that faction in order to play this card. Enhancement cards, there are 3 different types. There is an enhanced hero card, there's an enhanced weapon card, and an enhanced creature card. Each enhanced card will be placed directly on who it is enhancing. You can have as many enhancement cards on the hero or the creature or the weapon as long as it doesn't say there can only be 1 in play. Each enhancement will give you a certain ability that you didn't have before. Instant cards are very important in the game because this is the magic card or the spell card that you can play during your opponent's turn as long as you have the casting points for it. So you can play this card at any time, and it works as a magic card or a magic spell, but as I mentioned, you can play it at any time. And it gives a special ability either to a creature, or it is an attack phase or a defense phase, and it'll give you just a special boost that you can play at any time. The magic cards, just like the instant cards, give you a certain ability, either a damage spell or a heal spell, that will help you in your battle, but these are only playable during your turn. So during your casting phase, it's the only time that this can be played. They're generally a little bit stronger because you have to sacrifice your casting phase in order to play this card. You cannot play a magic card at any time. The armor cards are solely for defense. They give you a defense bump, and all damage that will be dealt to the hero will go to your armor first. Some armors have special abilities that will either grant you life, deal damage to a specific character, or allow you to add to your roll for attacking, but that will be specific to the armor card. Armor cards do not stack, so you cannot have more than 1 at a time, more of the same one at a time in the game. Relic cards are the card that you can replace with your secondary armor so that it doesn't take up a spell slot, which is one of its benefits, but it also gives you certain abilities that are more special than a magic card. This takes up a card slot, but as I mentioned, it is something special. Like, for instance, this card allows you to bank 5 casting points, so you can hold on to these casting points at all times. Those are the 7 types of cards that are within Dark Legacy. I hope that cleared things up with the cards, and we're going to move on to the game mechanics.